gotta be quiet because what they did this time is they actually put widgets on the home screen. I know a lot of people are gonna be like, oh, Android did this for many years now. I understand that. We all understand that. That's why we gotta be quiet. We don't want people hearing that. Okay, so obviously iOS 14 was released and there's a lot of changes for the phones, a lot of changes for the Macs, a little bit of change for the watch, and a little bit of change of iPadOS. Some people iPadOS update was not very impressive. We're gonna jump into some of the new features that is on the iPhone for the iOS 14. So when you're adding some widgets to your home screen, you can actually make them wiggle, jiggle, whatever you wanna call it. And you get to add some widgets up there. If it's the clock, if it's the calendar, if it's activity, anything like that, you can add to your home screen. They actually added something too called Smart Stack. So you can add it to your home screen as a widget and you get to flip through kind of like a carousel of all the different types of apps instead of having a bunch of different widgets on there. It's cool and everything, but you can't really customize the widget itself. You can't make them smaller or bigger. You can't make it on the center of your home screen. You have to be pretty much where it tells you. So you're kind of limited to where you can put these things through Apple. Like, Android, you can kind of put them where you want them on the center of your screen. Apple, you really can't do that right now, but it still looks really clean, looks really great. Another cool thing they did was the app library. So if you have a lot of apps on your phone, you get to swipe all the way to your right and it'll have an app library where it'll show you 4 apps per folder. So you might have entertainment, you might have music, you might have productivity. Things like that will be in this app library. So it kind of consolidates your apps for you without having to do a lot of folders like we've been doing in the past. Another cool thing is if you have like a lot of apps on your phone that you might use once in a while, but you're tired of scrolling back and forth and trying to find the app that you want, there's a setting on there too. When you do the jiggle mode, you get to pick the pages. So if you have like 4 or 5, say, pages you got to swipe over, you can actually just not delete, but remove that page. So that way you can just have 2 or 3 swipe overs to your home, your main apps, instead of trying to find those, 5,000 pages that you might have on your iPhone. The other cool thing is they actually shrunk when somebody calls, if you get a notification, it's not the whole screen. Like, it doesn't just block you out. So it comes down and it's kind of a compact call, they call it. So it's right on the top screen, sort of like the Androids, sort of not. You get to choose what looks better. They actually did picture in a picture, finally. I know we had it with YouTube for, a year or 2 now, or maybe more, I don't know. But they had picture in picture, so you're watching YouTube, you can swipe up and the picture's still down there playing. You couldn't really do anything with it besides move it around your screen. Now with this picture in a picture, if you're in Safari, if you're watching a video, you can swipe up, the picture goes to the screen, you can zoom in, zoom out to make it smaller or bigger, you can move it around your screen, and you can actually swipe it over to one side. The video disappears, but the audio still continues, so you can still listen to the movie or show or whatever that you're watching and still operate your phone normal. And if you want it back, you just swipe it over. And if you want to make it full screen, there's a button for that. And also if you want to take it off, you hit that X button. And a lot of people with FaceTime, when you're on a FaceTime call and you're talking to somebody, you might want to do something else, and most of the time it's a full screen. You swipe up and then they say, why are you pausing me? Or why is it paused? They fixed that. So now you'd be able to do that, swipe up, and it'll go minimize the screen so you can see the little picture of the person. And you could do, your other stuff on the phone while you're talking to this person. If it's, whatever you do on the phone, just pay attention to the people. They might realize you're not looking at them anymore. They also did a lot of cool things for the messages, pinned conversations, and things like if you have a group message, they've done a cool things with the icons on top and the way you can message in those groups. So one thing that they showed was a BMW on there. And why would they show a BMW? Well, because Apple can. And they actually made a car key with your phone. So if you have this new car that comes out in 2022, and a lot of cars will be coming out with it, you'll be able to use your phone to unlock your car. You'd walk up, scan the door handle, it would unlock, and you get in the car and you put the phone down on the charging pad, and then you can hit start to start your car. Pretty sweet. And if you had your phone, say out of town, and your buddy wanted to borrow your car, good luck. But anyways, you can actually send him an invite to be able to use your car with the phone to unlock it and start it, and give him restrictions. Pretty cool. They also added something called app clips. So if you don't have the app, if you walk into a Panera Bread or whatever kind of store you go to, and you don't have the app for there, they'll have a clip there that you can actually just scan real quick, and it pulls up the app a lot faster than trying to download the whole thing. And then you can pay or whatever you do through that app clip. And then one feature on the phone, which should have been on there since day one, is the audio recording indicator. So if you have your phone on and you're using it as a video recorder, selfie, if you're on Zoom or anything like that, there will be a yellowish orange light for your audio being recorded, and I think it was like a blue light or possibly a green light for video. So if you're using an app that you don't need the video and all of a sudden you see these lights come on, somebody's watching you. Turn it off real quick. So one major leak that came out recently about these phones is obviously the price of these. In the past video I gave out 3 different phones, 3 different prices. Now it's looking like there might be a few different models of these phones. So there's gonna be possibly a 4G model of these phones and then a 5G. 4G phone, the price tag on these things might be $549, which is insane, especially for these phones coming out. It's a huge price drop. And then the iPhone 12 Pro Max would be $649 for the 4G. And then if you went to 5G, it would be $649 for the iPhone 12 and a bump up to $749 for the iPhone Pro 12 Max. Still, that's a lot cheaper than these phones have been, especially the Samsung Android phones, especially the iPhone 11. $300-400 difference, and you're going to be getting a pristine phone compared to what they are now. This is making Apple's phones a lot better, a lot more Android friendly. So I am definitely going to be switching to the iPhone 12 when it comes out, because why not? So I know I'm going to switch over. So let me know if you guys are going to be doing the same thing. I want to thank you guys for watching TechDadHD, and we will see you guys on the next one. And if you haven't yet subscribed, definitely hit that subscribe button. See you later. Peace.